Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on Reborn, on Wrong Side of 40, by Jaspriya Gandhok, founder, TEDx speaker, MindScapes Coaching and Consulting, India. When Jaspriya was younger, not that she's old but much younger than she is now, she had thought that by the time she is 50, she will be close to hanging her boots and be ready to lead a relaxed, retired life, having taken care of most of her responsibilities. But, as things stand today, instead of retiring, she is starting her life all over again, which is not easy to accomplish if you are on the wrong side of 40. And she is 47. This is her story of resilience and self-discovery. Growing up, she had a normal childhood. Though her family had limited means and a fair share of challenges, we were a close-knit and loving unit. She was a happy-go-lucky child, an idealist and a dreamer. Being inspired by her mother, she dreamt of being a good mother herself and raising a warm and loving family, just as her mother had. But marriage and family were not the only things on her mind. She also wanted to be independent and carve out her identity. After she finished her education, she started working, and that's where she met her future husband. Ours was a whirlwind romance, the stuff that fairy tales are made of. After a brief courtship and some resistance from our families, we finally got married. As we settled into our married life, she realized that she faced an extra set of challenges than a regular marriage because ours was an interfaith marriage. But over time, we learned to tide over our differences and life fell into a comfortable rhythm. She continued working for many years after getting married. But as our two children came along and her responsibilities increased, she started to struggle with balancing a demanding professional life and responsibilities at home. More so, because her daughter started playing competitive tennis and there was a lot of travel involved for participating in tournaments. It was not just traveling, but also her day-to-day schedule that required her complete involvement. That's when she decided to focus completely on raising her children and quit her job. But Jaspriya had no complaints. She was happy and content in her small little world, a loving husband, beautiful children and a warm and cozy home. Life was monotonous, but it was safe and secure. She was content to play the role of wife and mother, with no regrets. She believed that she had found her happily ever after. Unfortunately, it was not so. As they say, good things don't last forever. Her perfect little world was not so perfect anymore. One fine morning, she woke up to the realization that her marriage of 17 years, which she had worked on so hard, was a sham. Not going deep into what happened and why it happened, dear reader, for now, it is enough to know that her marriage ended in an instant. It was not a slow death but a direct shot in the heart, quick, though not clean. As her world came crashing down, she was stunned. Stranded, with no job, no money and two teenage children to care for, she found herself spiraling down an endless tunnel. From one moment to the next, she was in completely uncharted waters, answering an out-of-syllabus question and she was not prepared for it. She started doubting herself like never before, questioning every decision, every motive and every person around her. It was natural because the deeper your trust is, the harder betrayal hits you. Jaspriya's mind would not rest, spending sleepless nights thinking about what did she do wrong, whether was it her mistake that her marriage broke down or was it that she was not good enough. Her days were spent in a daze, going through the motions of living but feeling dead inside. As emotional breakdowns became more and more frequent, her family decided to get professional help. However, that did not help either. All the medication made her so drowsy and lethargic that she would not have the energy to even get out of bed. While her body would not move, her mind would not rest, could not rest, plagued with all the thoughts pulling her down in the black hole of self-doubt and self-pity, driving her towards self-harm, putting an end to all the heartache and misery. Her plight was further made more damning because it coincided with the first lockdown due to COVID. As the whole world was cut off, being on her own, and unable to reach out to her family and friends made the pain more unbearable and loneliness more acute. She kept withdrawing more and more into her shell, even shutting her children out. But as they say, when you touch rock bottom, the only way out is up. Out of nowhere, one morning, she had an epiphany. When she got out of bed and saw her in the mirror, she could recognize her. She did not like what she saw, a beaten, broken and bitter woman. That was the turning point for her. All her life she wanted to set an example for her children, and what she had become was definitely not what she wanted them to follow. More importantly, she realized that she owed it to herself that she did not give up on life. The end of a relationship did not mean the end of life, it only meant a change of course. What helped her was to stop looking at herself as a victim. What happened to her was an unfortunate accident, but she survived it. She was a survivor. This change in mindset helped her to find the motivation to get her life back on track. First, she started looking at the lockdown as an opportunity to build a stronger bond with her children. Being cut off from the rest of the world gave her a chance to have a lot of she time, which she hadn't had for many, many years. Thus started her journey of introspection and self-discovery. She got back to her passion for writing poetry. Writing gave an outlet to her feelings and she started to heal. With performances at open mic events, she started to build her identity in local poetry circles. One of her poems was also selected to be published in an anthology of poems on mental health. A big feather in her cap was the opportunity to be a TEDx speaker, not once but twice, where she shared her life story and experiences. With the overwhelming response from the audience, she found another turning point in her life, a desire to inspire and help others to overcome personal challenges and become better versions of themselves. There was also the question to establish herself professionally. After all, there was bread to be put on the table and a roof over our heads. Jaspriya realized that in order to re-enter the professional arena, she will need to upskill herself. She enrolled herself on various certifications and added to her skills. Brick by brick, she started to lay the foundation of her new life, her identity as a woman, not just a daughter, mother, wife or sister. She fought her way out from the darkest phase of her life. She was bruised but not broken. She was reborn with hope and a new sense of purpose. Today, after 2 years of that life-altering event, she feels that she has found her purpose. She is building her practice as a life coach, mentor and motivational speaker. She believes that her real journey in life has started now, as she has stepped out of the different roles she was playing earlier, to become her own person. While her destination may not yet be in sight and she has a long way to go, she knows that she will make it one day. This poem she wrote reflects her growing confidence and self-belief. Failed relations. Rising debt. Out of work. Am I out of luck? Oh no. No, no. Not at all. On the contrary, life's on a new trajectory. I may be out of orbit, but I am free to find direction, a new destination. I am a shooting star, a trailblazer. Lighting up the sky, even if for a moment, before I die. Jaspriya Gandhok. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.